Hello, my darlings. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, please come in, make yourself at home. My name is Patty Cake. Welcome to Patty Cake Games and the next episode of Patty Cake's Pajama Party Picture Show, which just happens to be the spooky month of October. So we chose some Halloween-themed movies. We watched them, and now we're going to talk about them. And God Almighty, the first one was bad.
It was. It certainly was a movie.
It certainly was a movie. Out of all the movies in the world, it was one of them.
Yeah.
So the first movie we watched was called Jacko. And this was my suggestion.
Lantern. I mean,
well, they did have the word lantern on the title screen. We're off to a great start.
Yeah.
I mean, very 80s computer-generated graphics. On a film that came out in 95.
Did we just go inside of the pumpkin?
Oh, thank you, MS Paint.
Right? But
Yeah.
all of the box and everything, it just said Jacko.
Yeah.
So that I figured that's what the name. But I guess it was fully Jack-o'-lantern on the title screen
Or
of
maybe
the
they put that
film.
in
Totally not
later.
suggestive at all, by the way.
Jacko? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
not suggestive. Well, I did make the comment. Oh, more titties. More titties. You know, if I was a teenage straight boy in 1995, this movie probably would have made me Jacko.
Yeah.
There were a
Because
few scenes.
There was lots of boobies in this film.
Yeah.
So,
One scene in particular
gratuitous
was,
movies.
One scene in particular was a little gratuitous, a little over the top, and unnecessary. Completely unnecessary.
It did not
Nothing for the
further
plot
the film. The only
at
thing
all.
was that she had to run and answer the phone.
Hello? Carolyn?
Yeah. Now, the second scene of we're jumping right into the
Whoa.
boobies, apparently. The second scene of boobies was actually warranted. It furthered the plot along. It was teenage hormones. It made sense. The first one, no reason for it whatsoever.
And
they could have just had her answer the phone and not be able to find her roommate. That
Yeah.
would have been perfectly fine.
And I've never taken a sexy shower by myself.
Me... Let's discuss the plot of Jacko a little bit.
Wait. There's a plot. I'm kidding.
Yeah,
there was
this-
actually a plot
There was
compared
actually
to
a plot.
your first two choices of the
Well,
program.
let's
Not
be
an entirely
let's,
coherent one, but
let's be fair. Let's be fair. Spookies was a new director that was trying to put footage into an already existing film to make it more interesting and ended up making it incoherent. And the second one was an abandoned film that was pieced together with no audio and no script, and they had no idea what it was. So, obviously, those would be incoherent. So this one has much more plot and much more of a coherent story than those two films. However, there were some things that didn't make a lot of sense, and some things that I found very frustrating. In particular, the little boy's dreams, where he kept waking up and then waking up again.
Yeah, re-waking
Yeah.
up.
I mean, I understand doing that once in a film, but twice?
I'm on the hump.
yeah.
You dream about the teenagers getting killed, too.
I don't know.
Because he woke up to her being murdered.
Yeah. Maybe he was in the Pumpkin Man's body.
If he has another dream within it. Oh my god, really? Is it gonna... What? Again? What?
Everything's happening so fast.
Fuck you, movie! I don't...
It was quite puzzling.
Yeah, it really was kind of puzzling. But the basic idea of the story of this is, a long time ago, John Carradine in some other movie... Oh, John Carradine!
There's little use in trying to resist me.
That is clearly from a different film.
I
Was a warlock and brought Jacko into being, the jack-o'-lantern, the Pumpkin Man killer that they keep talking about, this like the local legend of the Pumpkin Man killer.
Mr. Jack will break your back, cut off your head with a whack, whack, whack.
Mr. Jack will snap your spine, cut you in half with the scaly vine.
As revenge for being killed by it. Apparently a mob that we never see happen.
The Kelly family. It was all about revenge against the Kelly family.
They were doing flashbacks, but they never actually got to anything involving his death because obviously they couldn't have interacted with him because he was coming from a different film anyway.
Exactly.
It's like they were trying to use the flashbacks for exposition, but they didn't include much exposition.
They really didn't.
The story that we needed wasn't quite there.
Yeah.
The kid was dreaming, and then he was like dreaming, like he would dream about the past, and then it was almost like he was not really dreaming, but like seeing maybe through Pumpkinhead's eyes in those extra little scenes at the end of his dreams. Because usually something was happening with Pumpkinhead, and then he'd wake up and be like,
no, but he would see him. It was always he would go and look out his window.
yeah.
And he would see Pumpkinhead, and then he'd wake up again.
Yeah.
I don't really understand why they did that. I mean, they could have just had him wake up, and then that would be the end of it. Why do the whole Inception dream thing? I don't get it. Just to talk about the dreamceptions a little bit. Like the first time it happens, the kid comes home from school, right? And he's been picked on. Or no, he's not picking on. His friend is like throwing rocks at this woman's car.
Yeah.
And it's never really explained why.
They think she's a witch.
I know. Well, they think, but they never really explain why they think she's a witch.
Yeah.
Like it's never. I mean,
she's new.
She's descended. She's descended from the Warlock. We find this out later.
But she seems to be.
But she seems to be a completely normal person. Like she seemed to me.
And she's not helping him.
But she's an unmarried woman, so of course she's a witch.
Right, and that's what I said. That's what I said. She's the local woman who never got married. Therefore, she's the neighborhood witch.
Right. And if she was a dog, she'd get spayed. What the hell was that?
If she were a dog,
Lord,
I'd have her spayed.
Oh, what the God! Who the hell are these people? Oh, the old, slightly British, angry conservative couple that lived in the trash house. Yeah, there was that whole thing. We'll get to that in a second.
Ooh.
But the first dream sequence he has, he's with his friend who's throwing rocks at the witch's car, and he tries to stop him. He ends up in a fist fight, and of course that apparently ruined his clothes, which looked brand new. And then she walks him the rest of the way home. And she's like real chummy with him in an unusual sort of way.
You okay?
Yeah.
Thanks for saving my car.
Yeah. The whole time.
That's when I thought. That's when I expounded that maybe she's a school teacher. Maybe they know her from school, and she's like the witch because she's like a hard teacher and she lives by herself. She doesn't have a husband, you know.
But did you know she even had the teacher vest on?
Yeah, and she looked like a teacher. She was kind of dressed like a teacher, and then she treated him like he was one of her students.
Yeah,
you know, but no, she's just some random woman who happens to be there researching the history of his family, and.
Little Sean or John, whatever.
Sean.
John.
Sean.
Did he call him John at first?
Yeah.
It's all right.
Got my own
They
son's
didn't
name.
really.
No need to do another take. We'll just leave it in the movie. It's fine.
was not taught Stranger Danger.
Yeah. He walks out the back door and it's night. And that was weird. And then she finds him on the floor.
Sean, are
You
you
called
all
it.
right?
That was right. Holy
In
crap.
his room.
Like you saw a ghost.
Of his bedroom.
Of his bedroom.
Like he just
Like
apparently had a spontaneous dream.
decided to fall asleep on the floor of his bedroom and just like, I had a weird dream.
Well, maybe it's like prepubescent narcolepsy. That's a thing, right? If he was the one who was, we find out later, destined to break the curse.
Yes, which he is. We found out later.
Maybe that's why Pumpkin Man was targeting him so well, because he also knew.
Well, the thing is, Pumpkin Man didn't target him very much. He targeted teenagers in the woods.
Yeah. Well,
he targeted the conservative family. He targeted them. But he didn't target the Kellies until the very end of the film. So,
I mean, he did show up in their garage. But
so if his whole purpose was to avenge the Warlock's family by fighting and killing the Kellies and making the streets run red with Kelly blood, according to what the woman said, why did he kill all these other people? Well, that doesn't make a lot of sense.
My argument was, if it was 5 generations back, there's chances that there are other Kellys who were like daughter's kids or whatever.
Yeah. I
who
mean,
wouldn't
that
have
is
similar
absolutely
names.
possible.
Mingling of the bloodlines.
That is absolutely possible, but that should have been told.
And then
through
there was that
exposition.
Italian guy,
Yeah.
you know, who, I mean, obviously.
Oh yeah,
He could be.
we had Duke the Horny Ghost in this one again. He wasn't quite as angry, but he was just as horny.
Hey, what are you doing? What's the matter, baby? What's the matter?
I think somebody's out there. We should go back to the Kellies.
No, come here.
Not right now.
We have old conservative couple that are watching like proto Rush Limbaugh on TV.
Yeah.
What a load of liberal crap, I tell you.
Oh, it's totally
Why
Rush
should I give my
Limbaugh.
money to
I mean,
the
that's who
government?
it's meant to
They aren't
be.
giving me any of theirs.
That's so true. That's what I've always said, Richard.
Are you
Is
British?
she British?
We're just introducing random accents now?
Right?
And complaining about trick-or-treaters wanting free handouts.
Trick or treat.
You looking for a handout?
Oh my god, it's fucking trick-or-treating, dude.
Does this look like a candy store? I make my living selling food. You want something from me, you pay for it. Got it? Good, now get out.
Oh, y'all need to trick Tim.
Yeah, it's time to TP someone's house.
Or
Yeah, that guy's creepy. Creepier than Dr. Cadaver. He's just mean. Hey, I got an idea.
TP his house.
It's time for a trick.
Yes!
Yay! Which is a hell of a point of trick or treating.
I know, it's so stupid.
And then they got mad when they gave them free toilet paper.
yes, and someone has obviously never taught these children how to properly TP houses because they threw the entire roll
On
up
the
onto
roof.
the roof. No, you hold the
Yeah, you don't do it on a flat part of the
You
roof.
hold the
Yeah.
loose end of it, and you do it in trees. It's much
Yes,
easier
right.
to do it in
Over
trees.
a branch,
You
and
hold
over
it,
another
and then you
branch.
throw the roll while you're holding the loose end. You throw the roll, and it goes over, and then you go and get the roll, and you hold that end, and you throw the roll
Yes.
again, and that's how you properly TP houses. Kids, take note.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Maximum effectiveness.
Exactly. With minimum
And if
effort.
you're nice and you don't want to create a really, really like big mess, you could also fork their yard.
Fork their yard?
Yes, I learned this from people over in Bridge City.
Okay, this is a term I'm unfamiliar with, so I'd like to
So
learn.
you get a box or a couple of boxes or a big box of plastic forks.
It's a lot of forks.
And then you like just go to their yard and you stick them times down all over their yard, which creates a lot of time consuming.
Yeah.
Time consuming work to pick them all up.
So-
It doesn't really do any damage, but it's just annoying. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
clever.
our youth group did that. Halloween's coming. It's a trick. It won't ruin anything in their house. Don't throw eggs. That's bad. It'll ruin paint jobs.
Egging houses are bad. Don't do that.
We do not condone vandalism.
No, we don't.
But forking is-
some forking. That's fine. A little TPing on the trees outside. That's perfectly.
But no
harmless.
PPing.
Yeah, TP the trees in their front yard. It's a pain to get out, but the first time it rains, it'll dissolve and it'll go away. So it's not a big deal. It's an annoyance. Don't do eggs though. Don't egg people's houses. That's bad.
And what's the other one? Baloney. Don't do baloney.
Let's go, veer off of this topic before my channel gets put on an FBI watch list. But let's not forget the opening scene of the film where young John Sean is
Timu.
with weird guy next door.
Trick or treat, Sean.
Really
But he
stupid.
tells him this whole story about Pumpkin Man in like this sing-song, kind of like, I'm gonna scare you voice.
The pumpkin man will steal your soul, snap it up, and swallow it whole.
And the whole while, the witch is, and this is probably one of the reasons why I thought she was going to be the villain of the film, was standing off to the side in a black cloak with the mist going around her.
With her face painted like stark white.
And she's off to the side just watching the story being told, like with this almost exasperated look on her face.
Yeah, and maybe
She
that's
was
why.
kind of
Maybe
exasperated the entire movie. But
Yeah.
maybe she was exasperated. She's like, oh my gosh.
She also
They are totally messing this story up. I know this story.
She also really over-enunciated every single word she said.
Why do you think I'm here? I'm hunting this demon. A family prophecy says that only the 5th male descendant after Arthur Kelly can destroy this creature. That would be your son.
And she made it seem very dramatic. Like when she was talking about the Kelly curse, or the curse of the Pumpkin Man to his dad. She's like, and then the next year on Halloween night.
81 years ago this night, Arthur and Daniel Kelly led the mob that lynched Walter Mack.
terrible.
Before the rope bit into his neck, Walter vowed revenge. He said the streets of Oakmore Crossing would run red with the blood of the Kelly clan, or anyone connected with them, within 1 year's time. According to legend, his prophecy almost came true.
She like opened up
Like,
her
her mouth
with
was
every
really
word that she
wide
was
with
saying.
the-
It was so weird.
She was trying. She was trying.
She was. She
I mean,
wanted
I
to get
feel
hired
like
again
that
after
would
this.
have been really good for like a stage, because you kind of you
Well, you do
overact
go
a
on-
little bit when
Yes,
you're on stage.
You do. It's quite possible that she came from a theatrical background.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, B movies, they hire local theater people,
Yeah.
and they don't know the difference between screen acting and stage acting. Stage acting, I would say all my lines like this, because I want everyone in the house to know exactly what I'm saying and what emotion I'm putting behind it.
You're playing for the people in the back.
Exactly, but in cinema, you're much more subdued because you're acting more natural.
The camera's right
because
here.
the camera's right there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was that opening scene, which didn't really. I mean, it kind of explained who the Pumpkin Man thing was.
Yeah.
But they never really explained why he was out in the woods with his neighbor.
Yeah.
Hearing this story being told, and it seemed very odd.
Like I feel like it would have been better if maybe they had left together. And he would have taken him to the house of we had fun, we had some memes, whatever.
Or they would have explained that this is his uncle, or something.
Yeah.
Some reason for him to be with this adult man out in the
There
woods.
could have been an addition to that scene that could have explained it.
I don't know. It's just honestly, it was a completely unnecessary character. They didn't even need to have that guy's character in the film.
I scared the hell out of them.
Well, even to be honest, what's her name? The lady,
The witch?
the B-movie lady.
Linnea Quigley.
Yeah.
The babysitter.
She was sort of extraneous to the story too. It just felt like she was a really good friend of his mother.
Okay, Pumpkin Man, are you ready?
I'm gonna go get my mask.
Okay, hurry up, because you're burning moonlight.
I think, considering it was during the 90s, it was just a really common trope of the babysitter at the time, so maybe that's why.
What would have been a smarter scripting choice is if that was his older sister. His older sister has to take him trick-or-treating because the parents have to run the spook house because they're doing something for charity. So they can't bring him trick-or-treating this year, so the older sister has to bring him. But she wants to hang out with her friend who has a boyfriend, and because he's going to get him beer.
Fear Run. 5. Okay, let's go trick or treat.
That's a much smarter story.
An easier thing. And she had reddish hair, so it's believable that a dark-haired man and a blonde woman would have had a red hair.
She would have been tied into the whole story of the Kelly family.
Mm-hmm.
She would have had a stake in that rather than just taking the kid trick-or-treating.
Right.
She could have been part of the battle against...
She could have been the fifth generation. She could have been the Princess
Leia. She could have been the plot twist.
Yeah.
What if it wasn't him that needed to do it? What if it was her?
Yeah.
It's very. It could have been very Lord of the Rings.
We're trying to fix the movie.
I know.
Let's remake this.
I can't help it. I watch these films and I'm just like, why didn't they just do this? It's so much easier.
Yeah.
And then the conservative couple that are living in the squalor house. I mean, obviously they had two houses they could use. They had the nice house.
The yard looks great.
And they had the shit house. So the nice house is, of course, where our main characters are going to live. Mm-hmm. And the shit house is where the rich people live. They live in squalor.
Get that fixed.
Oh, those cabinets.
I know, those cabinets are hideous. Jesus, girl. How hard and how expensive would it have been to build a small living room set that looks really nice and a wall facade with a door for knocking for the outdoors? How hard would that have been? I can tell you right now, you can build a wall facade with a working door and a window with a lamp on the other side for less than $100. I've done it before for theater. And in the second movie, there was a door leaning against the wall in the courtyard.
Yeah.
You could get a door for free. All you gotta do is go to a local theater company and say, hey can
we
I
a
borrow
door?
a door from your set shop?
Hey,
and they will say, yeah,
They may already have the whole entire piece already made.
They may have an entire facade that you can
just
grab.
stick it in the back of a trailer.
Exactly. You could film it in the theater if you wanted to.
It was a very odd choice.
It was.
I think that house probably still did stand in, like the front side of it maybe was the neighbor guy's front door or something, because everything happened in their back. Yeah. It looked like a carport.
It did look like a carport.
I mean, everything about their house was so weird. They dressed very nice. She was giving off this very affected accent, which was either like rich Massachusetts or British.
She was probably trying to sound rich.
Yeah.
Or
posh.
Pompous.
Yeah.
And it came off
British.
Yeah. And she was wearing this like nautical looking like coat thing, and
while she cuts her toast into strips. Who the hell cuts their toast like that? Do you cut your toast like that?
I have never in my entire life.
Yeah, no one does.
Who cuts up toast like that? Like, was she gonna dip it in something?
That's what I was thinking. She was gonna dip it in something, but then it's like, oh no, honey, you need to spread beans on that. Apparently, because she was British.
Oh,
they got what was coming to them. So the guy was a little weird. He was a little. His death was a little lackluster because he just got sliced and stabbed
he
by
had
the
he had his
man.
moment with the blood.
Yeah. That what she called him.
That was great. He tries to answer her, and then
and he just like,
Richard, you gonna be out there all night?
Yeah, unless you call an ambulance.
That was awesome. Her death, however, was one of the best I've ever seen in B-movie history.
Yeah.
That was brilliant.
Now he better not be in. Why are you turning off the lights?
and you're also not closing the door.
Right? Close the door, woman. What are you doing? And she...
Oh no, my toast!
No,
my toast! No, my toast!
My toast! My toast! Yeah. Oh my God! Yeah! That was awesome. That was awesome.
It was
French toast.
It was very Final Destination.
Yes.
She's holding this butter knife that I think she's going to use to defend herself, and she slips on the rag, which goes right into the toaster and pushes it down far enough for it to actually electrify.
It was such a comedy of errors.
And
it really was.
She never lets go, and she fries, and her straight blonde hair frizzes
up because we don't find that out until like later whenever he finds her body.
Boy.
What about my ancestors? You said they lynched Walter Mackin?
Oh, that part's true. But don't worry. Time heals all wounds.
Because how did she know that was going to happen unless just the prophecy said that he was going to come back after
well, I mean, she had that book.
Yeah, she had the book, but
I mean, if there would have been some sort of celestial event,
because
like
it just
a full moon on
because
Halloween,
it seems completely arbitrary and random
Yeah.
that these teenagers happen to be out in the woods on that night and happen to deface the gravesite. It's okay. It's okay to be confused. These movies are confusing because they're badly written.
Cool. Killer old cross.
It's 2 pieces of... It's a branch! Over a branch! Well, and maybe that was the accident. Like, maybe the kids' dreams were sort of premonitions. But also, this was an interesting thing. They never really explained why the beer brought him back.
Well, it wasn't the beer. It was the removal of the cross.
Oh. Yeah. What's up, the Lord Fauntleroy?
This really sucks.
What sucks, Brent?
The old Oakmore Cemetery
You know
was supposed to be right over there.
Besides this film. The spook house, which...
I would have loved to have
They
seen...
charged $1. They charged $1 to walk into a room with a Walmart witch that goes... And had 3 things on the wall that stick your hand in to feel raw meat, spaghetti, and peeled grapes.
And cauliflower.
Yep. And cauliflower brains, that's right.
I've got corn syrup and food coloring for blood, cauliflower for brains, and spaghetti for
guts.
And thus, the special effects budget of this film.
Yeah. They did have a fog machine.
They did have a fog machine.
And then they had like a wall with like comic book, like the little cutout things like boo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very classroom decorations for
yeah.
Halloween. And then he sees something like, oh, what's that? And he goes and pulls it in. It's a globe and a rake. and then he knocks a shelf over, as if this isn't his house and he doesn't know what's in his own garage.
Correct.
Like he grabs his rake and pulls the whole shelf over,
spills
and
over
then
this entire
they
thing
just
of paint,
stares
right?
at it,
and
like
they
pick
just
it up.
stare at it. It's like, oh my
Like
god.
I really,
I'm gonna let the crew do that.
like this part of me is like I wanted him and her to like pick it up together. It looked like only one of the paint cans dumped out.
Yeah.
Quickly, just kind of get as many of them back on the shelf because they are now a trip hazard.
True.
And you know you
And
got to
then,
help that homeless shelter. They've only gotten $2 so far, I think.
And then the mother, who was perpetually surprised.
Honey, this is Vivian.
Mackin.
She's doing a history of Oakmore, and she wants to know more about the Kelly family. And she's offered to help with the spook house.
Then you're gonna have to stay for dinner. We can't afford to pay you, but we can at least feed you.
Oh yes.
Yes.
And then when she
Deer in
really
headlights.
was surprised, she was like, "Whoa,
I know,
girl!
she was like deer in headlights through the whole film. It was
I
wild.
can't believe I'm in a movie."
I'm gonna look great.
Special mention, the dad's laugh.
Oh
At that
my
one
god!
point.
Right?
Everybody looks spooky. Let's go get them.
Oh,
What was
yes.
it like?
And it was funny because, I mean, obviously they probably also don't have high budget makeup artists for the show.
Oh no!
But you
of
could
course not.
obviously tell that the motorcycle guy was wearing makeup. You could tell that Dad was wearing a makeup.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dad
had too much
the-
powder on.
Yeah, he had too much powder on, and he had very pretty pink lips. The kitchen cabinets of the conservative couple also drove me wacko.
Oh god, they were so ugly.
Yeah.
Their whole house was just
It
hideous.
was very 70s, you know, like
And dilapidated almost.
there's
Right?
paneling everywhere. It looked like a fishing
Now,
cabin.
What's funny? Do you remember at the beginning, before we even watched it, the reviewer said that it held up the mirror to the socioeconomic mid '90s, the differences in the political viewpoints.
Mm-hmm.
So we had like the more normal family, and then like the ultra conservative that were obviously, even though they were acting like they were rich, they were obviously very poor.
Yeah.
Or at least just average.
Yeah.
With putting on airs, as you would say.
But they were enjoying their TV dinner.
Oh,
yeah.
that was like that was the moment where you realize these people are kind of rock bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that wasn't even Swanson. That was budget.
Yeah, they were eating budget
Banquet,
TV dinner.
Banquet.
Banquet, yeah. They were eating Banquet TV dinners.
I mean, no offense to Banquet. I've had
And
some yummy Salisbury steak,
cutting
but
toast into strips because, you know, that's what you do.
Because rich.
and it was rainbow white bread too.
Yeah.
That's right, it was rainbow bread. Eventually, they undo the curse and he gets rid of Jack. I do love, and I think I mentioned it while we were watching it, that the monster was only shown from the neck up when he was standing still. When he was actually moving around, they only showed him from like here down.
Yeah.
So in Spookies, we had a very similar scene where this kid basically just went and laid down in a grave and let somebody else like bury him.
No!
What? Both times they did not have the proper equipment to bury someone because the cat was just trying to do it with his bare hands, wasn't he?
I think so. Just
Or maybe he had a small shovel, like a little tiny
a
shovel.
scythe is
and then
not
he's trying to do it with a scythe, and he's just like
scooping
and
the dirt on it.
But then he manages to actually bury the kid.
Right,
To
somehow.
a significant degree.
while fighting off the
Well,
other
and
people.
also remember the no.
No!
The kid was wonderful.
He was a good actor for
acting-wise.
most of the film, and then at
Right
one
until the end.
Was he sleepy? Did they give him too much
So
Benadryl?
was this like a nepotism casting? Because
I
the
don't know.
kid had the same last name as the director.
yeah.
Oh, the witch lady was giving him those drinks.
Oh, that's right, she was. Drink this. It's good for you.
It's high C.
It's a hot toddy.
Right? Meanwhile, Mom's
Go
like,
to
what
sleep,
the,
kid.
What the hell are you feeding my son?
And then he like
Make
Here's
you feel
some-
better.
Here's some Kool-Aid.
and then he like when he does come out of the ground and the pumpkin guy is menacing his parents, leave my parents alone. I mean, then there's that spirit.
Right, that's
It's
what you
Yeah.
should have
like
been
whenever
doing when
you were being pushed.
buried.
No, I mean struggle a little
Right,
bit.
fight back a little.
Crawl out the other end. It's only
Right,
like
it was
2
just-
feet.
It was just dry.
Overall, I enjoyed it a lot. It was terrible, but it was really enjoyable.
And
It was fun to laugh at.
It was also
Absolutely.
kind of a la everything Patrick has had. It seems like he brings like these like train wrecks.
That's what I like.
And then I show up with these like kind of like guilty pleasure types that are still definitely in the genre, but they're kind of like the higher end.
So this one's on Tubi. So if you guys want to watch Jacko, it's available on Tubi. It's also available on Amazon Prime. We chose to watch the Tubi version, but yeah, either of those places you can watch Jacko, and I highly recommend it. Add it to your Halloween B-movie list. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, invite some friends over and imbibe something, and it'll probably be better.
We were sober. It wasn't nearly as funny.
No!
But I'll let Brent talk about our next movie, because our next movie was his choice, and I actually think it was a pretty darn good movie.
We love Bring It On. I'd like to bring it on again even. But this is the newest. It's the baby of the series. It only came out 3 years ago. I feel like across the board the acting was fairly solid. Yes. I mean, there was the right one-liners, the reactions were right, the timing was right. Some of the stuff they said and did was funny when they were trying to roast their friends. That was even funny. And they even had some innovative death scenes.
Yeah.
But
they did. And they had payoffs.
Yes.
That's one of the things that always frustrates me in a film, especially a B-movie, is you show something
and you focus on it for extra time.
You don't pay off on it. And they paid off on every single thing they showed us, except for the lawn equipment, but they kind of sorted.
Yeah. Yeah. The lawn equipment, I feel like, and Evan himself were both red herrings.
Mm-hmm. Damn it, Evan.
You're not getting back together with Scott, are you?
And then putting them together kind of brought that
was
full
the
circle.
filmmakers going like, haha, fooled you.
Because they
acknowledged it.
They intentionally brought in some tropes. I mean, and they weren't even subtle about it, especially when you find the quote-unquote burn book.
The ultimate cheer competition?
Did you make this?
Of course I didn't make that. Just found it by the bags.
And they've got all these stereotype characters in the list.
Mean Girl reference.
Yes, that was nice.
And then there's Karen.
The Ditzy.
Well, I can't remember what her name was now, but
Sydney.
It was a really bad accident. She broke her neck and her head fell off.
What? Sydney, yes, Sydney.
Hello, which we thought was like a Scream reference, yeah.
Yeah. But...
Well, even with the... one of the deaths was someone getting a TV.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, which was Nightmare on Elm Street.
Stu Mocker from Scream.
Mm-hmm. So we started
out... Oh, that's true. It was also Nightmare on Elm Street. Someone died in a dream by having their head shoved in a TV. That's why I yelled out, "Fuck the prime time, bitch!" Because that's what Freddy said when he did it.
Oh, no! Not death by television!
Fuck the prime time, bitch!
So it starts out, it seems fairly innocent. You've got these cheerleaders on the field at a pretty meager showing for a game. You really never saw the athletes on the field either, which I thought was a little odd.
That's true.
Like, we assume it was football.
The stands
the
extras.
Probably were just the crew who didn't actually have something to do for that scene right then. Because
they were just sitting in stands. Yeah, that makes sense.
It looked like a junior high stadium's stands. I mean, I grew up in a small Texas town. We had a big stadium to begin with. When I was in 5th grade, they built a brand new stadium. The following year, it was huge. They start out, it seems okay. I know that they're they're doing kind of lame cheers because they're not allowed to do anything dangerous.
Not allowed to do anything dangerous, and we find out why. Well, we kind of infer why. It's never really explained at that point, but the prologue kind of explains why.
Yeah.
Someone.
Oh yeah,
died.
That was the very beginning.
Yeah.
They were trying to do a cheer, and the head cheerleader tells a girl who's worried about doing a jump from way up high.
Yeah.
You can break your loser neck for all I care, as long as you stick that landing. Got it? Thanks.
Who gives her a nosebleed?
Gives her a nosebleed.
By flicking her nose.
I think she had a vendetta.
Yeah, I mean,
she
that
didn't
was
really care about winning. She just wanted to take her out.
Or yeah, she was just mad at her for whatever weird
reason. We never explained why, other than she's just a bitch.
Yeah, we kind of guessed because we knew Missy Pyle was going to be in this movie, and that character had kind of like those big eyes that Missy Pyle has, and so we kind of figured that was young Missy Pyle. But then she did.
Michaela, right? The girl who lives without any parents.
Yeah.
She lives in a house
MIA.
with no parents, and yeah, when she dies,
Yes.
no one finds her body for like
Hey, listen.
2 days.
Girl boss.
Girl boss, right? House is hers.
I got this. Yeah. Also, okay, this was a teen movie, and there was no illicit party.
That's true. There wasn't. There wasn't. They didn't even show. They actually didn't actually show drug use.
Wait, where the hell is Quincy?
Stoner. Even though there was a stoner
It was
character,
implied.
they never showed him actually smoking.
They didn't. They
There was
teased
a,
it though.
there was
They
a
teased it.
cloud.
Yeah.
You saw a joint.
He moved like I don't know what he was underneath, like a tarp or something, and you see the cloud of smoke just go. And he's like, "Hey
Well, no,
guys!"
but towards the very end, when she puts it in his
She
mouth,
spits him out,
yeah.
but then he doesn't
Yeah.
actually smoke it. He
Right.
spits it out.
Too late. Bummer.
Probably helped with the rating as well.
I'm sure.
And he was sort of a lovable character.
He was. He was kind of funny.
Actually, to be
Yeah.
honest, they're really.
I didn't dislike any character in that film.
Yeah,
Except for the beginning, I was never in a moment where I'm like, "Wow, bitch."
Right?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't like that.
Here they go. They're in the office. She's like, "You can't do these kind of moves.
Well, isn't this a pickle?
You know, you have to have at least 1 foot on the ground, or I'm canceling the program for 50 years."
There will be no jumping, no lifts, no flips, no whatever it is you people do. 1 foot on the ground at all times. Do I make myself clear?
What about regionals? They're in 2 weeks.
Principal Simmons, please. There's already a no-stunt rule in place. Our routine is
Suck
safe.
ass. Listen, just be grateful I'm letting you compete. But if there's so much as a single somersault on school property, I'll cancel the cheer squad for the next 50 years.
They're like, what? We're gonna be here for like, I don't know, 2 more.
Right? Like how is she?
Yeah.
How is she?
Really a
right?
threat.
And how is she gonna disband it for 50 years? Is she planning on being the principal for 50 freaking years?
She will be the crypt keeper,
right?
You know, you're
I mean,
not.
are you planning on being the principal of the school till you're
87? It's like, good lord, dedication. But either way, she's like,
she's living out of pure spite to make sure that rule still.
and she
is
like
followed.
really drops that little. You're not athlete.
Football players get injured all the time.
Football players are athletes. Big difference.
And like, we have all agreed immediately. Cheerleaders,
Yes,
are
cheerleaders
freaking
absolutely
athletes.
athletes. They're practically gymnasts.
They train. They train probably as much as football players do.
Yes,
I mean, the upper body strength that it takes.
Yeah,
to
it's
do their
ridiculous.
stunts.
It's clear that this girl wants to win, and she's gonna find a loophole.
What about the old abandoned school on the other side of town?
Oh, that sounds like a great place.
idea. Let's just immediately set up a horror movie.
The girl who is obviously going to be the lead girl. She's Kirsten Dunst's character, sort of. And speaking of the original Bring It On, we had, of course, the Toros and the Clovers. The Toros were black, red, and white. The Clovers were green and yellow. And in this movie, we had the Diablos,
and the
who also
Knights.
had the same little...
Yeah, and the Knights.
And the Knights, and they were green and yellow. So it was a nice little nod to the original.
We also have Silent Stu, who must have been the easiest role to play.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to learn a single line. All you got to do is stand there and read a book and listen to music.
Is it true Silent Stu never speaks?
All I know is that he used to cheer for the Green Knights, but then he got expelled. Something about a cartel. He hasn't said a single word since.
Oh, that's why we call him Silent Stu.
We are going to regionals, and it's 2 weeks away. And then, of course, there was Evan, who, the moment we see him, we're all like, he's a red herring.
Yeah.
Because he's dark, and he's brooding.
dark, and he's broody, and he's like the arty, intelligent guy.
But he was also pretty earnest.
Damn it, Evan.
You're not getting back together with Scott, are you?
You scared the crap out of me just to say that? What's wrong with you?
I think he was misled. Because, you know, he doesn't survive. And I think, but we see him outside the abandoned school when he hands them, I'm guessing was the videotape.
It's all here. But I want to be there for Abby's moment of truth.
And I think maybe he was trying to do that to prove to her that her boyfriend was being unfaithful and that he would be a better choice because he was still into her.
I did not get that till right That's totally what it was.
Yeah, that's
And
totally
then
what happened.
He probably just got pulled in.
Yeah, and he got pulled in and killed because, like, well, we can't have anyone know that we were here.
Oh, yeah, because that... Yeah, they would have gotten off scot-free.
Mm-hmm.
She decides, we can't do this on school property.
Right.
And I even said to them,
loophole.
That's the loophole. They don't have to do it on school property.
Right. They can do it somewhere else, and then they're not subject to that rule.
The school board uses it for storage. I think I can get the key.
Seriously? Way to impress, noob.
Okay, wait, so how are we going to get there? Oh, my dad owns a bus company. I'll see if I can get us a bus.
Really?
He's cheating on my mom with my sister's nanny. He'll do anything I want, as long as I don't tell. It's pretty sweet.
And just conveniently, the principal's daughter, who's also a cheerleader, has the key to the school, because why wouldn't the principal?
The old school. So it was actually kind of a fun shift, because it starts with teenage cheerleader, we got to win the competition at any cost, sort of buddy comedy. And then as soon as she puts the key in the door and walks into the abandoned school, it's like, oh, okay, slasher movie.
Yeah.
Instantly, we were in a slasher movie.
It's a genre combination that you don't expect.
Right. And if you didn't know it was coming, like if you had no idea that this was going to be a horror movie, you would be kind of like, immediately, we got a little bit of a montage, cleaning up the gym and getting it ready and doing some practicing. And then suddenly...
I swear, you must have a job moonlighting as a screenplay writer for, like, B-horror movies, because every single thing is, okay, they're going to do this next. And then, there it happens.
Yeah. You cleaning the gym montage.
Yes. There we go. Brent, do you make cheesy B movies in your spare time?
They immediately, like, break off from each other. I'm like, okay, someone gets injured right off the bat. Maybe it wouldn't have been a perfect basket catch, but they should have caught her before her foot got anywhere near the ground, even if she did slip. Which, but I guess you needed that.
We needed
character.
someone. We needed a lame character, someone who couldn't move around.
Literally, not mentally.
Yeah, to create more of the suspense. It's like, this is someone that's going to drag us down. Are they going to have to leave her behind to get away? You know, it gives you all those sort of ideas.
Sacrifice herself. Yeah. But it also gives them an excuse to have to go places. At this point now, they've all decided, we're going to wander off alone.
Which is...
I'm a full-on adult, and if I go into like an abandoned building like that with friends, I'm going to have a buddy with me.
Not going alone.
And if there's an odd number of us, there's going to be at least one threesome.
And they even bring that up. Okay.
The first girl, she went to get ice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she went to the nurse's station trying to find an ice pack.
So she goes and she opens the fridge.
I was like, really? This place didn't have electricity on. How are you going to find an ice pack in the nurse's station?
It's going to be warm.
It's going to be
warm. Even if the electricity's back, it's not going to be that cold.
But I attributed that to just teenage brain. They're dumb.
Yeah. So she ends up in a room by herself, and this is when you kind of get the first glimpse of the villain, which is the school mascot with a very odd pot belly.
Yes. Well, that pot belly was there from the very beginning, because in the first scene we saw the mascot when they were practicing at the school, he had a pot belly, and I remember thinking, that shirt looks weird. It's like it's like if I'm wearing a shirt that's too small, and it just sticks out like
Diablo is pregnant.
Yeah.
But now that I think about it, I think the reasoning why they did that is so it was not, well, their idea was it was not going to be obvious what gender was underneath the costume.
Yeah.
But they filmed them walking. They filmed them walking. Where it's like, that's a very feminine walk. That's a woman underneath there.
They throw a knife at her like this, and somehow it stabs her like that.
Like, I don't know how that happened.
Woo, I think I made the comment that it was like Wanted, where they curved the bullet.
They curved the bullet.
Your entire muscle?
Wait, what's that?
Is that a jock strap?
No, it's
that would have been so funny.
That would have been really funny. Keep it all. It's not scissors. It's a kunai. For some reason, he has a freaking ninja weapon. Oh, okay, that's clever. That's clever.
Oh!
Worst spirit fingers ever.
Oh, no, they didn't.
No.
And then the guy who like probably smokes pot is gonna go and have fresh air, and I'm like,
fresh air.
Just go in the hallway. The sprinklers aren't coming on.
forever wandering the hallways.
just
It's like,
meandering.
what are you doing, dude? Obviously, you said, go get some fresh air. We know what that means. You're going to smoke, right?
Go sit in the stairwell,
it's like on
finish it up.
You
Thanksgiving
didn't
when you're
even
like,
have to go far. You could have just walked right outside the gym door and sat on the floor and smoked there. Nobody would. Everyone knows you're smoking pot. Nobody fucking cares.
It's like on Thanksgiving when you're like, I'm going for a walk.
Yeah, exactly.
So finally ends up at the dead end at the bottom of a stairwell, and there's a glass door a locked door, and suddenly our killers have a blowgun.
Hey. That's a killer bong, dude.
And I was expecting it to just be like a dart, but it was a
It
full-on
was a syringe.
hypodermic needle.
You could see like 7, 8, and then when it goes into him, he's all like, "Woo, woo, what are you doing, dude?"
Right?
Yeah.
And at one point, I guess he was trying to signal them to tell them what was going on, but he was just
Hell.
going.
What's he doing?
That's why we don't practice stone, Quincy.
He's definitely broken.
Wacky inflatable arm flailing.
Right.
Man.
And then when they don't really see, him get the axe in his back, even though we see it happening.
Yeah,
and
we
then
see the-
They just see him.
and then he's kissing the glass.
They say, oh, he's making out with the door. Ugh.
I'm sorry, no amount of pot is going to make you do that.
No.
Ew. Is he making out with a door?
The dope guy's dead now. Then we've got the girl who went off. What was her handle?
Her handle?
Like her nickname type.
Oh, in the thing?
Yeah.
Well, the whore or the slut that was Tori. That was the one that died getting the ice pack.
Yeah.
I'm sure Danny can go one day without getting your taco emoji, Tori.
And then
there was Sydney, who was Karen, who was
that was the ditzy klutz.
Look, guys! It's the bus I was telling you about.
Yeah, I think they probably noticed it.
Yeah, like how she like, just noticed it as it was pulling up. Like you didn't see it coming down the road
or hear it. Yeah, she ends up. She has to
Boy,
go
she was
pee,
dumb.
and they wouldn't.
She was really dumb.
They closed it because of the pestos.
I think you mean asbestos.
They wouldn't let. Nobody would go with her to the bathroom, which was very weird. And she goes. You still haven't found the bathroom?
She's been walking really slowly.
Also,
Yeah.
every
Also-
single gym is going to have a bathroom right next to it.
Remember, guys, she's not that bright.
But she's not very smart. Yeah. She kept looking in the stalls and all the toilets were disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she stepped in a bear trap.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a bear trap. It was
No,
something.
It was similar to a bear trap.
It was probably something.
It had
was
no
a leg restraint.
teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a leg restraint.
She had some fight in her. She did not go down automatically.
No,
we thought she was going to
fought,
die by
and
swirling.
And dumb girl actually had a very smart idea of flushing the toilet while she was trying to be drowned in it to make
She
the water
already
go
drowned.
down.
It's
which was
gone.
Really smart.
And then
that
she
was really smart.
kicked out. She got away with it, and then they ripped off the toilet seat, bonked her on the head.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
and-
They're going to band together. They make the decision to get together, which yay.
Smart.
And then they
finally.
realize, of course, we have our girl who can't be running around the school like a crazy person, and she has someone to stay with her. And then these four go off, and somehow get separated really badly.
Here.
Nobody else died in the rest of the film.
Except for the Asian guy.
Oh, the Asian guy, right? But he wasn't one of the cheerleaders.
Oh yeah. Oh, and the boyfriend.
Oh, and the boyfriend, or the cheating
boyfriend.
Yeah.
So,
but I loved his line. Does it look okay?
Dude, this doesn't look bad.
She did the flip and got away.
Yeah.
Really good.
The movie could have used more of that. Using cheerleader stunts and stuff to
save
fight,
themselves.
to save themselves and
they
fight.
did do that.
And they did, but they should have done it more.
Yeah.
Because it was really
they could have
fun.
really leaned into
The scary mascot, and they're all going to face it off, and then suddenly she reveals herself.
Third act.
Yeah, the third act begins.
Abby, I think I know who it is. Hey, what are you doing?
Anyone move? I'll kill her.
It's her sister!
Oh
Sorry about
It was the daughters of Missy Pyle that were the killers. And then we were trying to piece together how are they connected to what happened at the very beginning of the movie. And that's when we find out
because
that
like
Abby's
the dead
mother,
girl couldn't have had children.
Right, Abby's mother was the one that was the cheerleading captain that goaded the one to go do the aerial thing and then sabotaged her so that she would die. Mm-hmm. And her twin sister was watching from the stands, and that was Missy Pyle.
Your Auntie Sandra will be avenged. Say it.
Auntie Sandra will be avenged.
Yep. And her idea for that was, well, I'm just going to train my daughters to be survivalists so that they can kill the cheerleaders.
They're going to...
Totally
it's a
not
long
psychopathic
game.
at all.
No, and it doesn't really make a lot of sense either.
Yeah. I mean, she really played the long game. With
Right.
that.
Yeah, look, I'm going to wait until this girl has
like,
a kid.
But even like in the scenes in the end when they're like at the very end when they're having the final little confrontation, she's like, "This is all your fault." It's like, how is this Abby's fault? She wasn't even born.
Yeah.
You guys like sharing the game, so we can have a little game of our own. It's called Cheer or Die.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. They said it. They said the name of the movie.
We finally get what he was saying we needed. They start using their cheer moves to fight off the others.
Which was super cool.
Regan! They're calling out their moves and they're hitting them. I mean, they've knocked one of them's teeth out.
Right?
I was like, good.
And she had a lisp for the rest of
Right,
the movie.
which was great.
This is all your fault.
That was such a nice little touch. At the beginning, the first thing we see is this room full of lawn equipment.
Yeah.
So we think,
someone's gonna get.
And then they go to another room and there's this
the
paper
cutter. You know,
which
like, these are all things that are gonna pay off later, and they did.
Michaela, who's the other co-captain, gets killed before any of this starts.
Yeah.
And it was a very novel death. She died by pom-pom and suffocation.
Yeah, she got suffocated with a pom-pom.
Which was, I mean, it was a brilliant idea for a
great
cheerleader horror movie.
It's a great little trope for
especially for the first death.
Yes, for the first death, because it should be really campy and
because
silly.
you think she's going to get choked because they get a rope, but it only makes it around her mid-chest. But they drag her down to the ground and choke her to death with a pom-pom, and you're like, oh, girl. Sorry.
And her body is never found. I don't know where her parents were.
Again, girl boss.
Girl boss. They go to this courtyard. An upstairs, which I thought was weird, an upstairs courtyard. There's a courtyard on the second floor.
It would probably be the smoking courtyard
probably,
or something
but it was
like that.
basically just like a spot where there was
storage.
Yeah,
space.
like an outdoor storage space is basically all it was. It's just like
Pallets.
a big square with like pallets and an old
And
door,
the door.
Yeah, against the wall. And they use their cheerleading ability to do like a leap to
throw the scaredy cat
so that they can grab onto the ledge and pull themselves onto the rope. And there just happens to be conveniently a rope.
The whole time we're looking at the door to this courtyard, thinking that any minute one of the killers is going to burst through.
Like, barricade the
they
damn
didn't
door.
No, but they had this long, heartfelt scene of like boosting each other's confidence
with this motivational piano.
But it
nice motivational
you
music,
could have
and
shoved a pallet underneath the
this
door
is not
handle.
The time.
Yeah.
This is not the time. You're being pursued. You need to block the door and get out of there. You can have your heartfelt moment after you're safe.
Come on, Abs. You are our captain. We believe in you like you believe in us. You can do this. You're gonna fly, Captain. You got this, Abs.
Everybody gets up. Whole arm guy gets caught by a Wonder Woman's magic lasso or something.
Yes,
But of course, these are survivalists.
And then she yells at him with her lisp, which we thought was hilarious.
Yes. Yeah. She leaps off the edge of it. I'm like, you could have leapt on to the soft person to break your fall, but she did a roll.
Or to, subdue the enemy.
Yeah, subdue the enemy, exactly.
But she takes her out pretty nicely.
Yeah.
Because
with an edger.
Yeah,
a lawn edger,
and there her throat gets cut just like the first movie.
Yeah,
like half the people in the first movie got their throats cut.
Yeah,
we think. and then they get to the other edge, and they had the foresight to bring the rope with them, which was probably good, so no one climbed up after them.
Yep.
And
then our last payoff, well, actually, not the last payoff. The second to last payoff was the rope at the end, because it snapped. It was started fraying.
We see it
because
happening.
was rubbing against a rough edge. We see it happening. None of the other characters see it happening, but you called it right off the bat. She's like, they're going to have to do a basket catch. She's going to have to jump off the roof. They're going to have to catch her cheerleader style. And
that was actually a long way.
It was a very long way, and it like all the wide shots looked like they were not in the right position. Like she was gonna wipe out on the ground.
And I thought it would be hilarious if she just fell without catching her.
We probably would have barfed. But then we remember the bus driver says he's gonna be dead to the world.
Go, 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 go.
You can't sneak up on a man during his personal affirmation time.
Dead bus driver isn't dead.
He's asleep or something.
Yeah.
With his headphones on. So they wake him up from his reverie, and he's like, "Oh, all right, we're gonna get out of here."
And then a javelin
goes right through the stomach
It looked-
and kills him.
it looked like she
a
shot it-
javelin.
it was thick.
It was thick.
Yeah.
I don't know how she shot that with the bow and arrow, but
Right, I mean, for it to go through the metal bus.
right, metal buzz, and through him.
Yeah.
That's a lot of force for a little gymnasium bow and arrow.
And then the next time she does it, she can't even get it.
It doesn't go through the window, like the
glass.
Yeah. That's
unless it's
whatever. Movie.
Great thing. So
suspend disbelief or whatever.
she's gonna like run over her, but there's no thump because apparently she was smart enough to just lay down and let the big bus go over her.
And then instead of like biding her time and like killing them later, she's like, "You missed me."
Yeah.
You missed me!
As a standalone movie, it probably actually would have done okay if you didn't have the Bring It On label.
Yeah,
You know,
they
I
didn't even
agree.
have to have the Bring It On label. That just could have been Cheer or Die.
Because
The name of the
there-
movie is Cheer or Die.
Yeah, there wasn't much of a competition aspect to the movie.
No, not really.
I mean,
I mean,
at the
it
very
was
end
their
was.
ultimate goal, but
Yeah.
it didn't really show a lot of. Actually, they didn't really do a lot of practicing at all. If you get down to it.
I mean, on account of the murdering.
Yeah, exactly. The murder kind of.
But then they did overcome their fears a little bit, and of course, then they have a
Well, they
whole
learn
year
work as
to
a
build
team.
their team.
Yeah, they learn
and-
to work as a team through the shared adversity, and then like a year later, they compete in a competition and they win. And Missy Pyle
somehow Missy Pyle isn't in jail,
scratching out their faces.
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically, she didn't commit the.
She didn't commit the crimes. That's right.
And I also sort of feel like she probably isn't at the school anymore.
Yeah, that's a good possibility because she looked like she was in hiding when she was watching a year later. Like
And-
she was.
and how would she
had
have let the
sunglasses
program
on and a
flourish?
dark? Yeah, exactly.
It was very.
Because
she doesn't even go here.
Exactly.
It doesn't even go here.
It was a very small cast, which is fine.
Yeah,
Small
yeah.
casts are really good in horror movies because you really connect to everyone. If you keep introducing characters just to kill them off, it becomes boring.
And there no parents died in this movie. No animals died in this movie. We also noticed that poor Stinky didn't come today, but he said that they always mistake him for a black cat in October, so he likes to stay in the house.
That's smart. That's smart. It's cool. I mean, I like having the big pumpkin as the centerpiece of the table with no other decorations. That's fine.
So, but honestly, I liked it.
I liked it too.
I
really
It was
enjoyed
fun.
it. Yeah.
This one is on Apple Plus.
It was on.
It's also
I
on
rented
Bravo.
it.
It's also on Bravo.
Yeah.
So if you have streaming service that does Bravo, you can watch it there.
Yeah, 'cause
If you
service
like
it
movies
was.
like Scream or Mean Girls or the Bring It On series, you will actually love this movie. I really enjoyed it a lot. I found myself laughing a lot, and I found myself not really critiquing it all that much because it was actually generally a pretty good movie.
Decent acting.
The
directing.
decent
There
storyline.
weren't giant holes. There were a few little holes.
A few small holes, no big holes, but it was at the same time it was very cheesy. It knew exactly what it was trying to do,
Yeah.
and it did it pretty well.
Too seriously.
Yeah, it didn't take itself seriously at
The
all.
writing
It
was
wanted
really
to be
good, I
funny.
think.
Yeah.
Similar to Big Ass Spider. I mean, obviously, both of them. We're going to recommend probably any of them because we're not going to spend all this time watching them and reviewing them and tell you, don't watch these.
No, I will be honest. I will be absolutely be honest. If I think a film is tedious, and I guarantee you there's going to be at least one that I pick that I'm going to hate, I will tell you don't watch it.
Yeah.
But these two I can confidently say you should watch them. You'll probably enjoy them. At least once. Maybe don't watch Jacko more than once because it really doesn't warrant any repeat viewings. But the cheerleader movie, the Cheer or Die, Bring It On, I could probably watch that as a Halloween tradition.
Yeah.
That is going to be it, guys, for this episode of Patty Cake's Pajama Party Picture Show. Happy Halloween! I hope you guys have a wonderful and safe Halloween season. And we will see you guys next month with a non-themed episode.
Or do we want a Thanksgiving thing?
You know what? If I can find a Thanksgiving horror movie or a Thanksgiving B movie, I'll bring it to the table. But that's going to be it. Thank you guys for coming by and watching. Make sure... Oh, and Ryan. I didn't even talk about Ryan is here from the Tuesday night streams.
Yeah, I am
Ryan,
Propolis Ryan.
Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me. I love horror movies. I love bad horror movies.
Me too.
This was great.
You can definitely come back.
Yeah, we'll definitely be back. Well, we're going to get out of here. Thanks for coming by and watching. Make sure you click like and subscribe before you leave, and we'll see you guys next time.